Yo, 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 yo. Test, test, test. Delay is crazy. Hi, Chibba. How you doing? How's things? Something there. Nah, love tip. The Queen, yeah. Mustafa. Oh, a lot of people joining early. How are we all doing? Good. How is everyone doing? Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. Thursday again. Thursday again. Test. Thursday once more. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Happy Thursday. I was super tired today, that's for sure. I was there. Ooh. So, yeah. Are you, Sebastian? Are you gonna bake normals for modular parts? Or are you gonna use tile? They'll pretty much just be tileable textures for the most part. We'll decide that bit when we get to it. When we start doing this substance design stuff. But yeah, for sure, it's going to be tileable textures. Most of it in trim sheet. Mm. I'm just looking at the reference on my other monitor. Hey, Slate. Slate. Yeah, Windows got to come in. Oh, too chunky. Chunky. Right too chunky. So we're using that instance thing we were told about last week, which is pretty handy. Basically, just start not committing to mirroring as much. And yeah, do stuff like this. Definitely not. So the windows on here are not perfectly centered to the floor beneath. That's too mathematical. So they kind of offset slightly. I found a better way for me to put my reference up, but I wonder if, yeah, I think we can use that as a source for the stream so it doesn't block my screen. It's on my second monitor, but you guys can still see it. So I think that is probably going to be a display capture or Oh, I could just use the image. Yeah, what are we talking about? Yeah, that's actually a good call. It doesn't have to be one-to-one. Let's quickly do that so people get context for what we're trying to make. Like a good place to put this. Call me Mr. Medieval. I don't know if you can even see that on stream. Maybe maybe here. There's nothing too important going on over. See, now I need to like know its level with the webcam. Or maybe like that. Maybe that's easier. Cool. What do you guys think of the Star Citizen video? That technique you've seen before? Or you've messed with it yourself? So, cool, there we go. Right, so yeah, they definitely don't line up one-to-one because that would be too perfect. So we need to make sure they're slightly like staggered. So in the front view, we've got to make sure we get that sort of stuff in. Do it roughly first. Perfectly in the middle of. No worries. Watch it whenever you want. Good. Gee. What's up, Aeon? Anyone know? Does anyone know how to hide these parent lines? Never mind. Oh, there we go. Relationship lines is what it's called. How are you doing, Ion? Oh, sweet. Which interview are you preparing for? That sounds cool. Vehicle artist. Cool. Vehicles. I couldn't do a vehicle. It'd take me so many tries. I do a truck, but anything that has like, sort of curviness that you've got to not get the horrible shading on, take me a while to understand that. I'm mainly good at subdue and modeling vehicles. I still struggle to optimize them for games, so yeah, I don't know what the optimization stuff is for cars. When we had a vehicle module and track on uni, but I never taught it. But they seem to just keep it pretty high poly, for the most part. So who knows? But yeah. Yes, see if you can find some wireframes from racing games or wireframes of vehicle artists that work at professional studios that you're going to want to apply for. And see, use that research to sort of map your expectation of wireframe and what it should be instead of just doing it randomly, right? Hundred, 130k tries, yeah. That sounds about right. Look, Brooker, Mr. Brooker. Yeah, because with cars you got all that sort of, what is it, shrink wrap, reflections, all that stuff to worry about. All that madness. I'm still shocked how artists make accurate interiors when everything has to be eyeballed since interiors have blueprints. Depends what you mean by how accurate. Usually interiors are bigger than they are in the real life. Doorways are bigger than they are in the real life as well. And to a degree, some of it has to be modular, so there's always like trade-offs some has to be done. Uh, Target for today, probably start getting more of the bigger picture in. Last week I did a bit of, got on 30 minutes earlier and started to fix up the proportions of this bit. So just starting to shell out the rest of the house, split it, and then we'll figure out which bits we want to have modular, which bits we don't. Yeah. God King. Yeah. True. Just a lot of eyeballing at the moment. Obviously, I'm not modeling over the image, which would give me like the perfect accuracy, but I want to get like the rough forms in. Obviously, it won't be one to one if we're not modeling over it and we're making it modular, but we want to get it as close, and then we can change what we want. I miss. And we're not making an interior for this. So we can be dirty on the inside, otherwise, we'd have to make everything have a double side shell and end at the perfect distance. And nobody got time for that. You not me. Designer. We will learn designer for this. It's a bit easy to create modular assets. Some of them are at the moment, but we're going to decide what to split up afterwards. I think we'll probably have one wall, one window, and 3 top pieces, maybe 6 pieces total. Because the roof's very characterful. So yeah, the left side, right side split into 3-4 pieces, and the middle side split top by bottom floor. But it doesn't really need to be on the grid in this case because we have pillars. So we can basically hide and get stuff at like 120, 30 centimeters. Otherwise, we need to sort of adjust this to 1 meter. So the pillars save us, essentially. But you can still be on the grid, but not snapping every 1 meter, depending on the piece you're making. Yeah. At the moment, it needs chunking out a bit, Slate. We're slowly working away on. Trying to get more and more elements in before we looking at proportions. Fable franchise. They're doing Fable in the UK. One of my favorite things that got me into industry. It's really old at this point. I've spoken about it a little bit, but I think a lot of people probably won't know this, but it's really old school at this point, but there is a series. If you can find one that has them all together, it's called Lionhead Video Diaries from like back in the day, of them working on like Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3. And these things just like I rewatch them every few years, but it's just got that sort of magic to it. And you see people like using trim sheets, and this is like 16, 17 years ago, and it's like really inspiring. So Lionhead Diaries on YouTube is one of my favorite things that inspired me to sort of get into the games. I was so sad when Lionhead shut down. Just got to catch up on the chat. Elliot, I might use the portfolio review service you offer. Do you think you could spare 1 hour on Monday, early Tuesday latest? So it's up to you, Ion. Like like what sort of stuff are you would you be looking for? Well, we did a mentorship yesterday, and the mentorships always end up lasting like 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 20 minutes. I should just update my time to say 1 hour 20 minutes for £65 because they always sort of you get chatting. So that was a lot of that was lighting, some environment art. A lot of them are lighting and environment art, so it really depends what you're looking for. If you want it to be more, if it's just about an interview, you like, yeah, for sure. But if you have any questions like what you don't want to ask, you can always ask in the stream. But if you want to use that service for pre-interview prep, you can do. Just don't want you to waste your money if you're like so close to getting the job. But you know, if you it's up to you, right? If it's to ask one question or to ask this that. So have a think about it. Feel free to ask some questions on the stream, and if you want to go for it, yeah, we can get it in before your stuff. I'm happy with the far right side. Like the windows are cutting off at a decent pace. Some of the trickery now is like, do we have a big open space here, which we can't see on the concept? I probably don't think so. I think maybe we add another window in to have 4. There's someone, keyword. Someone said, which is a good point, the middle is too thin at the moment. This is where sort of we can probably make it wider and keep the root of it modular because it's following these 2 pieces. So one thing we can do to get more of an idea if something's too thin is to keep blocking more stuff in. So it's blocking some wood beams or even cut them in. I think if we want to get this looking how we want, we probably need to make this whole roof be one piece. This would be one big modular chunk, potentially, because if you look at the reference, that just looks like a pain in the ass to make modular. You'd have to go per beam, so I might just keep it as one big chunk for now, so we can customize it. Because we're essentially just crashing shapes in, right? We don't care about how this joins to this. We're going to crash it in and then put like these little slate fillings they've got on the side to hide the seam. So, but I think we should add this little entrance in. I think this entrance is going to tell us more about our proportions for what we've got going at the moment. So I think we'll start to put this little entrance in. Let's see. Yeah, Leah, exactly. It's such a good documentary series. I have previously interviewed here at EA Motive. I can give you some pointers. Cool. Yeah, sure. Special information for this because I think at the end it's getting good and showing that you're interested. That's the point. I have a couple of questions regarding multiple topics. Okay, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. If you want to, if you want to put in for that, and let me know a date that's good for you, we'll be good. Like most days I finish work at 6 p.m. So, depending when you put it in, we could have it whenever's good for you. Just let me know. Right, let's just get in, like, not even like in separate pieces. Let's just get this in as like a big chunky box with sorry, I got sniffles today. One of those days. A big chunky box with a triangle roof, just so we can get an idea of stuff. I gotta remember to, when I scale, to scale in all the way off the monitor, otherwise I clip into myself a lot. Yeah, usually when you think something's like really obvious for advice in anything, in education, interviewing, usually it's not. That's why every month, no matter where in the world, there's always going to be portfolio advice sessions that will say the same thing. I do it. I give talks about this. It's always about how to structure your portfolio, this way, that way. Don't use splash pages. Use ArtStation. But that's, you'd think it'd be obvious by now, but no, that's just how the world works for that sort of stuff. Yes, triangle. Even though we merged it to the. But yeah, muscle memory is getting a lot better with Blender now. So compared to where we were 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago was it's funny. The only thing that I'm still bummed is that you can't really see the X-ray mode if you're in Material Preview. Material Preview is where I've got all my colors and stuff set up. So shame, but it is what it is. Let's catch up on the chat. I've got 2 interviews from 2 indie fresh starters. Neither have previous started or anything. Cool. Yeah, look at some breakdowns. Prepare for, studio might throw you a curveball and say, what would you do better on this level that we've done? Um, just to see if you're willing to say, jazz. So what's good about this, the tip of the roof pretty much just goes below the window. And then we can start to get some information, such as the wall of this pretty much lines up right at the edge of the well, it cheats its concept, so it's a bit cheaty as well, right? But we gotta do our best with it. You lines up with the edge of the stone. We could clip it in like that. It might look a bit weird. But there's also a wood trim at the end of this, so maybe like we'll take liberty and have a gap here. The AO picks it up. Goes up below the window. See, the backside here is what's going to be fun, because this is too thin right now. Like I said, the more we block in, the more proportion stuff we can get. But yeah, this is. I haven't done an environment in a while, so I've always been slow at modeling anyway, but it pays off eventually. You just it's slow and steady wins the race. edge in center. I always check LinkedIn for job positions, and there was a senior 3D environment not long ago. Pretty good. Cool. Game Jobs Co. is really good. I don't know if you guys know about James. Game Jobs Co. So this website's really good because it basically will find jobs before they come up on websites a lot of the time. It like based on the database. Yeah, so this website, it kind of parses data. So it looks kind of ugly here, but what you can do is you can just type in like lighting, right? And it finds lighting past 24 hours, past week, and it parses all the jobs that are on websites. It's probably one of the bigger websites for finding work that gives you like the past data from career web pages. Is ArtStation preferred for game art? Custom's fine, but most people will expect ArtStation, but not ArtStation Custom, the ArtStation default. Otherwise, it gets a bit jarring. Hey, Andre. Yeah, Game Jobs Co. is a good one. IMO, in my opinion. So this is probably going to be too thin. That's going to be fine because it will inform us of making things a bit. Oh, that we did it. I was going to say, how do we do that in Blender? No worries, Leah. But yeah, Ion, if you depending when you're available, and when your preference is, I'm pretty much free after 6 tomorrow. Free on the weekend in most afternoon, and then Monday after 6. Also, you will get a month. You'll get the Discord access for a year for the main chat channels, but you'll get a gifted month of the Patreon channels. So I'm not sure how relevant. Maybe the text density video, but I'm not sure how, a lot of it is lighting and stuff like that. But you'll get access to that for a month, but then you'll still remain on the Discord stuff, just not the Patreon channels. I don't usually advertise that, but yeah, everyone who does a mentorship gets gifted a Patreon month to go watch all the content or whatever. So there are bonuses to things. For sure. Yeah, we can do that. Once you put in for it, it'll give you my Discord, and then I'll invite you to the Patreon Discord, and you'll get a special orange title, Uber rank. You'll get that for a month, and then you'll change into a purple title, which is World of Warcraft theme. But yeah, I think we are just too thin. We are too thin on this sort of middle bit. So I think we just get this bit and work on it, and we worry about how the other stuff connects afterwards. Which is why the more I do this, the more I think the less modularity, the better, because it's just so. Like, if I can I'll probably split this into 4 to 6 pieces for the whole thing. It's got so much wonkiness to it. We need money. I don't have money. I don't think I have money on my computer. We could really do with money. I think that's probably the issue. We haven't got money in, which is a derp from me. No, we need the FBX. I've always had money, but it's somewhere downstairs. I just don't know where you get money from if you've never had money before. You're in our cult. No, don't tell them we're a cult, Leah. You get a cat. You'll get a cat probably eventually. Still need to give other people cats. You know, matches. They can only. Is this it? Is this the Manny we want? I want to see a preview before we do it. Also, some interesting news in March. I'm going to be upgrading my broadband. It's currently 30 megabytes speed. It's going to be 1,000 in March. So, oh, you're making me sign in to get the model. I don't even think I have a Sketchfab account. No, okay, fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live, whatever. We'll put Manny in for next time. Did you say where you were interviewing, or is that something you'd prefer to say in private? The mentorship. No, you said it was for a specific position. Feel as though I'm doing way. An FF. What's the equivalent of an FFD, or is it in here? I want to stretch this uniformly with a modifier. So in Maya, that would be a lattice. Mesh deform, lattice. Let's see the lattice. Usually in Maya, you would see. In this program. I just don't even see any widget. Yeah, Maya, you could get like a net view of this and stretch it out, and it would do it uniformly. But I don't know. I guess we'll. You need to select a separate lattice object and select it in the modifier. Does it not just apply it to the mesh? Oh. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm gonna do it the scuffed way. We'll do it live. We'll do it the scuffed way. That proportionally feels better. So if that is what we want, that means we have to stretch some of this middle building. That doorway feels a lot better now. Some more material separation to help us judge proportions. Why I like using material colors a lot. Just helps with breaking stuff up. In object mode, go Shift A lattice and then assign it. I'll give that a try on the next mesh we need to stretch a little bit. Because I'll give that a try. I haven't worked in 3D industry yet. I have a couple of technical questions, but I prepare, so it's all right. Like I say, most of them last 1 hour, 15 minutes. It's not like we get to 1 hour and I say, no, stop. I think the longest one we had was 1 hour 25. So that's just like artist chat about stuff. Time is up. Get out. You ain't paying me off this one. No, I don't think I've had a single mentorship that's lasted an hour. They've all gone over, which is fine. You know, don't mind. If it gets to 2 hours, however, then I need to reassess what I'm doing. what I'm doing with my life. Those extra minutes will impact on your story morale. It's all good. You're not an NPC. Nobody's an NPC. You're all people. Glorious people. Mm. Right. These need to be thicker. Mind me, I'm just some camera benchmarking. Yeah, this middle bit's definitely too thin. So we'll chunky that up a bit. Bottom floor feels good though. put you in a collection. Slacking. I can already visualize having a pretty good shot here, like as one of the close-ups, especially when we get some material work in there. And then we'll want something looking up a higher focal length. But 60 to 100 for most of the shots, and then we can have like a 40 somewhere as well. Anyway, let's go back to 50 millimeters. Now, let's try what you guys were saying. So Shift A, lattice, and then what were you saying? Add a lattice with Shift A. You need to create. What is it after Shift A? So I've got my. Modify list add-on will make a lattice for the volume. Is there an add-on to make it work properly? I don't really have too many add-ons, but that one could probably be good if it makes lattice. Yeah, because in Maya you would just lattice and it would make the lattice around the mesh. But that will be useful, especially for when we start doing proportions. So I need to figure out how to use it properly. TBH. No, okay. Is that add-on free or does it cost I don't understand. Scale it to sounds really painful, I'm not gonna lie. I think I might just get that add-on. I gotta scale and empty every time to lattice my mesh. It's a bit too painful for me. That one I disagree with for Blender's functionality. It's scuffed as hell. I'm gonna have to get that add-on because that seems to make it work proper if that's what it does. Cool, yeah, I'll check that out. I'll take a note of that. Thank you very much. Yeah, any quality of life add-ons. I've got a UV on Wrap 1. I've got this camera add-on that saves the view. These types of things will going to be very helpful. Yeah, thank you. We probably need 4 windows. I think we need 4 windows because we can't see that side of the concept. So I'm going to say, even though it looks like it's free in the concept, I don't think it works as free. There's just too much room to fill. But we'll keep an eye on it because we are going to stretch this out and get rid of our scuffed instances that we got all around. No. X. No. Y. It's Y in Maya. No. RZ. No. We'll get there. RX. We got there. So we don't really have two meshes. It's because it's instancing, so I think we'll be fine. Time will tell. Scuffed we get with it. Someone watching that's a Blender Pro is like, what the fuck is he doing? He's insane. He's a madman. What is this modeling style? Question as a Blender user, is it beneficial to switch to Maya later? I've been hearing good stuff about Maya. It's not a switch people usually do. If you wanted to work in film, yes, you should do that switch eventually. If you just want to work in games, there's nothing wrong with staying with Blender. Just get the right add-ons, it sounds like, and you'll be good. But if you want to work in film, then yeah, you should probably switch to Maya as soon as you can. Those guys are still pretty locked in on that sort of stuff. What did we just do? Oh yeah, we had it in the horizontal beam. Okay. These buildings in real life are super crooked and wonky, by the way. I work as an Amazon courier and delivered the other day to a similar building. Yeah, yeah. So what's cool is right now we've just got material splits for the wood. These will eventually be meshes. They'll start off straight. And then what we'll do is we'll divide each beam by 6 to 8. And we'll just wonkify it. But we do that at the end, because if you make wonky planks, you have to unwrap them wonky. It's a bit of a pain. If you make it perfectly straight, you can just wonkify it after. Same with the roof. Unless it's a massive silhouette change, the roof is going to be mostly straight. And then we're going to lattice deform the whole thing to give the wonkiness. So, you know, that's going to be one of the very last steps, to be honest, because we want to put our textures on before that. So we've got one of those types of buildings in our village. It's a super wonky building, yeah. Wonkify. Yeah, that's the term, man. That's the term. What are you talking about? Storytelling pass. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I like Wonkify. Sounds like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. One sec, I'll catch up on the chat. Want to get our material split on here first because colored blockouts are always good. There we go. Get some proportion info from that now. From what I've heard, people, they don't care what much you use, they half for the art. Cattywampus. I don't see emotes on my OBS, so. Yeah. All valid points. A lot of these softwares eventually work the same. As long as you're willing to swap, is what I'm saying. Is this is way too thin. Once we get our upper window in, we'll be able to tell. I'm thinking we get the detail in and we get that add-on and we lattice it out to thicken it, which will keep stuff in proportion to itself. What was I talking about? Yeah, so if you're a Blender user, right, and you go work for a studio, and their studio is based around a Maya workflow, as long as you're humble and willing to do that, no one's going to have an issue. It's when people they think they know better because they use a different package, and they're like, "No, I'm not using Maya. I'm going to use Blender. It's way better." That stuff. As long as you don't do that, you'll be good, right? Be humble. Say that does happen, by the way. You think it wouldn't happen, but it does. I'm happy with the left side. I'm mostly happy with the right side. That being said, let's just do this quickly. I'm sure I made you a collection. Let's just do this very. These pop out as well. The middle is for sure too thin, so I think the goal is to stretch that out right. Because if we're happy with the left and we're kind of okay with the right, I think we need to basically stretch this roof outwards to the right more, and then recenter it. I'm just looking at it, and it's like, yeah, needs to be a little bit, maybe 20-30% wider. That's why I would like to get that add-on for the lattice. It will give us the rough forms to do what we need to do with it. I think beside being a good artist, it's also really important to be a nice person. Yeah, that's a big one, right? Be comfortable to work with. Don't be if you are the type of person where someone goes, "Oh no, that person's messaging me," you will have trouble. Yeah, come forward a bit more. I'm just staring at stuff at the moment, don't worry. At the moment. The center line. Yeah, as soon as we add in the beams, we get to see more of the puzzle. So yeah, we for sure, like with the beam here, right? We for sure don't have enough room because then we have those cylindrical beams. So if we double up those beams, right? So if we can actually just stretch these beams, these side beams, all the way up for the block out, and we'll instantly start to see that we like have no room because you can count the planks, right? So on the reference, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 planks. I am not going to fit 4 planks in this triangle, so we need to get that last segment stretched out enough, and then it's going to look correct. So the middle proportions are actually pretty good. It's the sides that need to come out another 40%. So yeah, that's one of the things about blocking out. If you can block out some rough beams, you just look at the space between things. You'll start to get stuff that looks a bit more where it should be. Let's catch up on the chat. Evening, Renzo. Hey, Jack. Not bad. Finished eating. Now marking time. Marking. God, you mark a lot, man. Uh-oh. Let's say planks in front of Leah. So yeah, like I'm happy with this, this, the space from this to this beam, the middle beam, but then anything outwards needs to be out more. So we have pretty much a good identification there. And then actually not far off from being ready to go into Unreal. Um, so let's start doing that now. Let's just do it on this shape without worrying about these, and let's see if we can get it a bit better. But yeah, whoever told me about that duplicate instance, that's been a lifesaver this week. I think it was who was it? Someone told me about this last week in the stream. And it's been very helpful for stuff. Right, okay, so let's think about the best way to do this in Blender. The only thing I wish is if I could go into really good X-ray mode here. X-ray mode it does it, but you can't see through it. I wish that mode had this type of X-ray. I'm very used to modeling with colors on. I don't model in grey much unless it's the very start of a phase. Add topologies so we can not get wonkiness. So let's have a think. That. Stretch that out. How's your coffin scene coming on, Renzo? You not had much time to. Oh, I know what to do. Not had much time to work on it, Renzo. My mind isn't working for this bit, so we're gonna fucking just do it in EMC fashion and just nuke it before things get very messy. And I'll just re-extrude it up because my brain is not working out the best way to do that. Get to see the madness, the method of the madness. If I can work in games with this madness, so can you. These are some tutorials, cool. I'm going to stretch this out enough to the point where we can get the right proportions, and then we'll balance the bottom floor to whatever we need to do. So let's do it from the camera angle set. Okay. This comes up about halfway through the window. So 1, 2, that matches up to here, which is 3. I think that might be the play. I think that might be the play. Yeah, that looks like we can fit 4 planks in there to me. At the bottom, it says viewport display can change color, metallic, alpha. Oh, that's not what I meant for the model itself. I just kind of wish it was in all modes. but such as other software, right? You got to go with what they've got. So beam 1, beam 2. Let's get in bottom one right underneath the windowsill, because then this is going to give us our height of the window. So it's not quite as thick as other window bars. However, I can already see that once we add this beam in, we need to make either the windows shorter in height, or we need a bigger jump from where the ground of this floor is. So yeah, so what I can see now is that the floor needs to come down a bit of this wood beam. Can you get shadows on though? I'm in this mode. Like, no, you can put colors on here in viewport shading, but you don't get the shadowing. Yeah, sure. Get this into one collection as well. Happy, happy, happy. Anyway, it's one of those days. It's one of those days. Okay, these proportions, we're where we were last week, where we were at start this, we're starting to get very similar proportions to what we have here. Just gotta double check a few things, add some more windows, and the more planks we add, the better. So that fix, what that does now is it means we now go in and adjust this to go back to where it was. So it's basically touching the bottom of this windowsill almost. And that's going to inform that shape and the other shape and this shape. So it all comes together. The method to the madness slowly comes together. Get back to 50 millimeters. Don't worry about these windows over here. Don't look at them. It'll be all clean, I promise. So then, if we're happy with that, what it means now is we need to make sure that the bottom floor blows it. And it becomes a little game of getting this stuff. Where we want. Hmm. I started watching, I don't know why. After I finished Silo, I was like, oh, I need another show. So I just randomly started watching Prison Break season one. I've watched it all a very long time ago. I remember that season one is the best, and then after season two, it's no longer Prison Break; it's On the Run Break or some stuff. And I was never really into those seasons, but season one, bueno, so good. Isn't that right, Renzo? Bueno. Isn't that a chocolate bar as well? Bueno. Kinder. Kinder. Is it? Hmm. When I think of Kinder, I always think of the eggs. Interesting. So what have we done here? Let's have a think. Oh, wait. I wonder if it didn't like me doing that because all of a sudden I can't scale you on any axis. We didn't change anything. Bounding box center, unless we're connected to a mesh that I've missed somewhere. Um, hmm. You'll have to let me know if you know why I cannot scale. I would like this to be. Fun fact: Kinder means children in German. Really? It's children's eggs. Isn't Kinder banned in America? I need the lore of why it's banned in America. Duplicate link to mean it's an instance? Ah, it does. Okay. Go to options and disable the origin. We've been scaling a lot of other stuff fine, so I wonder if I fat fingered something. Upper right part of the viewports. This is where I look around like a noob. And wonder if I fat fingered it. Because we've been able to rotate before. Yeah, the toy inside the is banned for the fear of kids choking. Only in America. America. Origins is off here. Oh yeah, I must have fat fingered something. Stretch anything. Yeah, kids may choke on the toy while they play with their M16 assault rifle. Oh my god, so true. Up to the gizmo, the button that says options. Up to the gizmo. You mean the gremlin? Because Origins is off here, so it's okay. I will figure it out. I want to hold this drum up. I want to hold this drum up. So these walls are a lie to a degree. So I can't use the same modular piece I'm using over here unless I make the walls even bigger. So I can't use 1 meter. I could use triplanar and I don't have to be modular at all, but using triplanar is I feel as though I want to do it with the pillars before I get into triplanar. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to make anything modular because triplanar doesn't use UVs. So it's always a good challenge to do it. because if this is the same as this is currently proportionally matched up for the most part. That beam comes down to the left side of the window. This beam intersects here with this window. This goes up to here. So science, let's just stretch this out. If we recenter the window, if that looks all right, then it means thicker wood on the sides, and then we may need to have that, because if we have a thicker wall, that would mean we would reach this corner a bit more properly. I mean, what is this? What is this at proportionally? Where is it? I wish you could just take one value for an edge. I know you can when this is deleted, but it would be nice to have that. 92.5 meters, that's not right. 92.5. It's almost 2 meters. It's hard to see the grid with the subdivisions. That's one thing I need to look at as well, changing the grid color of the main spacing. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. So this is 150. Unless my grid is lying to me. 150 is not bad. Obviously, it won't line up with textures, but we have pillars to hide it. So, not sure if you know this, but if you press Shift and the button to the left of one tilde, you can move like Unreal. Oh my god, the scroll wheel works as well. It's cool. That's very cool. I like that. Yeah. Yes, you're probably right. Could be the transforms. It's what is it? Control A, transforms to delta, rotation scale. And if we do the edge thing again, I think that was it. Thank you very much. Good reminder. Yeah, we're pretty much 150 centimeters. Okay. So what we probably want is all of these walls to be 150 centimeters. That way, most of our bottom floor can form up. What that also means is that is going to then come to here. Okay, so, all right, okay, this is where we can start to clean the modular piece up. So these are obviously going to be too thin, even though I feel as though these proportions do match. I think 150 might be the play. So let's sort this out now, actually. And I know you can do this in Maya on Unreal. Is there a hotkey to, or is there a way to go down in grid size in the 3D view? Aha. So is there a way to hotkey this to set values? Because what I'd like to be able to do is, I'd like to be able to go from 1 meter to half a meter to quarter of a meter with a hotkey, because that's going to be key for us getting the geometry clean, because you can't get everything on a 1 meter snap. So, for example, I actually want to be able to go down to like a 12.5. Yeah, 12.5 meters. Oh, can you not do that? Does Blender like it when you do the math thing? So if I do 1 and I do /2, did it do it? I've lost it. Oh, it does. Perfect. So /2, /2. Nice. Okay. I will need that add-on for that, because moving the grid up and down with a hotkey is one of the number one things you need to be able to do. So yeah, 1 centimeter is too low. It needs to be able to half each time, and the lowest value is probably at 0.125 is probably where we want it. I mean, we could do ½ again, right? ½ down to 0.062. Probably the lowest you'd want to go, but yeah, having that on the bracket keys would be really good, actually. So let me just do the math. So ½ meter, so 2, 5 /2. Yeah, that's why I need it on a hotkey, because I'm stupid. I'm going to definitely need that add-on. Make life easier. .16. We need to bring you out 150. Pretty much. DB. You on the middle of the grid. Goes. So I think we'll deviate. I don't think it's even deviating too much, in all honesty, but I think 150 centimeters for the bottom modular piece is going to be key. And because we have pillars, we don't have to worry about it seamlessly snapping. And even if we did, we would use triplanar. So I think 150 that's one piece sorted out. Yeah, yo, yeah. Speaking of One Piece, I haven't seen Mark pass by today. You're watching all the One Piece. Oh, and I'm off the grid. I've got to be got to remember that we want it in the corner or the middle. It depends. Either one's good, but set our cursor there, and we'll set our origin 3D cursor. There we go. We line up. We're 150. Perfect. So that would be one kit. Put that over there. Actually starting to make the kit. Look at that. What we'll probably do is we'll make the windows a little bit bigger now. To help fill some of the space. Cool. So there's our first modular piece. For the most part, it's got some scuffed normals. So shade auto smooth doesn't work, which usually in Maya that means normals are just scuffed. And then it's half past, so we gotta go to Patreon in a minute. Maybe it's just I'll fix that after. So that accounts for that. Yeah, okay, cool. I think we're getting very close. I think next week we might be able to start putting this into Unreal. For the most part. Object data properties in the right tools. What's that in relation to? The green triangle on the right side, scroll down and clear normal. Okay, green triangle on the right side. A green triangle here. Clear normal. I probably need to quick menu that because I realize I'm in the wrong place. Must be in edit mode. Geodata clear normal. Add custom clear skin. Maybe because I've joined a bunch of stuff together. I will take a note of that. So clear data normal. Been too long. So yeah, I think we've outlined some of our modular kit proportions, and I think next week we'll just clean up the middle section with all the beams that are crossing over. And that's pretty much gonna be pretty much ready. I feel yeah. Start getting some of the roof stuff in. Or start blocking out some of the props on the floor. We will be good. So yeah, 150 centimeters is the name of the game. Actually make these. Yeah. Work a bit. So I need to look into why I fucked up my scale randomly. Why my normal won't reset. Then I'll know how to do it in the future. Cool. I'll have a look at that off stream. Patreon time. Thanks for the help today, folks. That's been cool. I think we'll be able to start getting this into Unreal next week. Yes. PZ3 has some PZ3 has some awesome and good pace tutorials. Oh, I'll check that out. I will check that out, PZ. PZ. I need to find that add-on for the grid. Changing the grid, halving it with a hotkey is very important. You can do it in Unreal pretty easily as well. I need to get that. I need to get the lattice. I don't think I need the lattice anymore, but having the lattice modifier would be good. But yeah. Let's look at. Oh, it's just Leah. Just Leah today. We've slowed down a bit. Such is life. We don't always have the most stuff. I do want to show Ilya's stuff. I don't think Ilya did an AB, but Ilya is one of my mentorship. He did a mentorship with me yesterday. My mentorships are only basically like an hour. They're an hour, but they're an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a lot of the time. And that's it. You can top it up as many times as you want. Most of the time, it's just one session. But we, with Ilya's stuff, he's doing the CGMA course, and it's looking really nice. But one of the things that we sort of got him to clean up was his optimization. So if these load up, we'll have a look. Am I disconnecting, or is the internet just like, okay, cool. So this is the scene Ilya's working on as one of his final projects for CGMA. And before, he had a light on this side. And in this view is now green and blue, but before it had a lot of white. So if we get him to do it before and after, you'll see, but he's really optimized this for gameplay now. I'm really liking the way this is going. So I've also recommended he get a screenshot of the dragon close up, because that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, he did a mentorship yesterday actually, and we went over all his portfolio and stuff. He's done really well. And then we got Leah. So Leah shows work pretty much every week, working on like a big dock, and currently working on one section of the dock to make it look as best as it can be. Gone through the block out process, all that sort of stuff. Usually we get a video and a Miro board. I believe Leah is working on the dock planks this week, working on the planks over and over and over, so that the stylization can be correct, which is a good way to do it. So yeah, I know we saw some of this on the Patreon, but on the Discord. But you've added the bolts, you've toned down to give you guys some context, because I don't think Leah's done an A and B. No, AB. AB, Leah. AB is the way. AB is the way. Where was it? What you had a few days ago. My internet's going quite slow. Not for long though. 1,000 megabits next month. Yeah, so this is what Leah had before. So some of the variation was a bit too much. It was a bit blobby. There was no like bolts or storytelling. But Leah also knows that I said that when you do materials for a project, you're going to redo the same materials 6-7 times. So this is the second or third attempt. And already there's an improvement, right? Still a bit more to go with material definition and the stylization, but it's already a lot better. So it's definitely going to need more iteration on these docs. Like it's missing a bit of sharpness. It's still a bit blurry. So I think you need to look at what you do with the albedo, like how you stylize the brush strokes, because the initial read is good, but then when you look at the planks, it gets really like blobby. So yeah, we definitely need to. I think your fourth attempt and fifth attempt will help address these as well. A lot of it is in the sculpt, but a lot of it is how you put the gradients on the planks as well. That. Best viewers on streamboo.com. Remove the space at P2GPAJV. Thank you, Wordless Luster. The only person to type on my Twitch chat. Recommended videos. Marijuana is destroying you. So let's look at Leah's Miro, which is a very organized Miro. Puts me to shame. Leah stole my Miro organization. That's why it looks so good, obviously. Cool. Where are we looking? Where are we looking, Leah? Where are we going? Show me the way. Oh. This reference here, this is what I mean by sharpness. So this doesn't look blobby, because it's got like these square brush shape masked sort of details on. So I think this is really good reference. This is good reference. This is good reference. I don't particularly think the reference for this is the best. Like it doesn't really match the style you're going for, and even in its current style, I don't think this really. You could probably delete this. Like, I don't think this helps really in any way. This one's good. This one's good, except for this bit. Yeah, better tone distribution, as PZ said. Is it PZ or PZ? PZ3. Hey Giga, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. I personally think some version of this is what you should aim for with your own colours. If you can get this nailed, that's going to be sick. Because that's what you're trending towards in your current shots, I think. Yeah, I think you need to trim smooth border or planar cut some of this graininess out. Got these very tiny, like I can kind of see them, right? It's like these tiny little things here. The more you can smooth that out, the better. You just got to smooth out those big planes more. Yeah, we can ignore poly paint. I don't probably the way. I think substance painter will be the way. Yeah, so it looks blobby here in the bake. So that's all right, Giga. No rush, man. No rush. So the tone of these looks good. Like the colors and the actual tone is good. But when I zoom in, there's something, it's very blobby. There's something like, it's either in your sculpt or your albedos. It'd be interesting to see your albedo base color mode. Base color albedo mode. I think it's probably that, but there's something where this is just like, I don't know what if it's a low texture res, it's just, it's losing, it doesn't have the sharpness. I don't know if you can get like a base color mode, put it on the Miro, but even if you don't match this style, right? If you have a version of it, I just feel as though this has sharpness. And this is quite blurry. So I think you're going to need to do some albedo exploration. Square brush, masks, substance designer. See if you can get some sort of square masking with that. Yeah, it could be TD maybe. Check your TD as well. I like the colors. I just think it's you need the secondary read. Like there's no secondary read of like planes right here. You've got like this shape. You got like little squares in there. You need a pattern in there, some sort. Is this the base color? So something's uploading. Yeah, I think it's this. You don't have enough. You don't have enough medium detail. Also, there's something going on because this doesn't look like it's translating to this. It doesn't look like the same texture. Yeah, what's your TD on these? Something, I think, yeah, this doesn't look like it's matching. Yeah, check your TD. I don't know what this is, but this is, yeah, this is way too blobby. This one. Too dark and too blobby. This one's a bit better, but it doesn't look like it's mapping. I like the read though. I like it's not too contrasty between each plank. So I just think that if you can find out what is causing this blurriness, you're going to be onto something. You're very close. I think maybe 3 more attempts over the next few weeks. You've got it. Then I think you're getting closer each time. But yeah, find out what's going on with this because something's going on with the mapping. Check your TD. You know what's Nate Stevens has a really good TD video. I did a TD Patreon video, but a lot of people, they get shocked when you talk about TD because you're not meant to fill the 0 to 1 UV square in environment art for props if you're matching TD. And that goes against a lot of advice where people say fill the UV square. So TD is a very misunderstood topic. You have this camera angle with base color mode. You know, you go up here and you go to hit this button and drop down base color. Yeah, these are obviously super raw. Yeah, I'm not sure if the bake is working either. You've got like seams on all your edges. Because you are probably because you're not splitting these edges. Your low poly is probably too low poly. That's probably why you're getting those edges. So be careful of that, especially if you have close-ups. I like these. These are cool. Again, they feel very low res though. I like the color variation in them. I like the stylization as well of the silhouette. Cool. Do you need to bake as well, Leah? Like, can you could consider you know, taking this and decimate it, and then unwrap it. That's something you could try as well. Yeah, I agree, Alex. It's a promising project. Cool. But yeah, I agree. Stay on this dock for a while and get it right, and then all the stuff you learn on here, you'll be able to apply to your roof textures, and you'll know what stylization you need to go for, and what errors were you running into, and sort of stuff. Also, I like the colors. I like the colors of it. Eventually, you'll be able to do some decals, RGB mask, and just like dress this edge with stuff, and then around here dress this, and then it will be the second breakup. Some planks falling down. You know, it's gonna be really nice. Cool. You've come a long way from here though already in such a short time. So keep going. Keep trying. keep going and seeing what you can do with it. Check your TD, check the base color mode in Unreal, see what's happening with it, all that sort of stuff. Is there anything you'd like to ask for this, Leah, since you're the only one this week for progress update? Oh man, tired. Yeah, it's a really cool project, Leah. Keep it up. Keep it up for sure. Yeah, John, we're about to finish. Well timed. How are you, John? We were just looking at Leah's project as part of the Patreon feedback. Went on very nicely. Working on the stylization of the planks. Let's give me some feedback on. Busy day, yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Yeah, Leah's doing a great job, putting in so much effort and working really professionally. Like, this board is very organized, the blockout's organized. You know, the way you've done like the highlighting of sections, and you're working on one section first to get the art direction down. Very, 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 very cool. Oh, yeah. Oh man, I'm shattered. Anyone got any questions? Got 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to corrupt Leah's board quick. I bet this isn't a PNG. I bet this isn't a PNG. I bet it's a fake PNG. Oh, I knew it. I friggin' knew it. Got debated. Look at this trickery. I was promised a PNG. Unbelievable. No, don't look. Look away. Don't look at it, Leah. There's nothing there. Don't look at it. You asked me something on LinkedIn, have you? Or is that Renzo? I can't imagine doing this sort of work for a personal project. Well, this is a year-long project. I think this is going to be something going through most of 2025, and Leah's doing a great job so far. Freeze up foundation is key. Yep. I made the Sydney Harbour Bridge for uni. My final project had to render it in Maya. Oh, cool that project. Yeah. Coming on well. It's coming on well. Blender 4.4 renderer is nice. Cycles are Eevee. I've been using a lot of cycles for some stuff. Yeah, that reads nice. Especially up here, reads nice. Just got to get them up close and you'll be good. Rightio, folks. So we figured out some modularity and proportion stuff. We had some more cool tips as well. We fixed a lot of the proportions on this area. We figured out that we need 150 meters, 150 cm snaps. Next week, we might be able to start getting the kit ready for Unreal. I think a lot of the proportion work is done. I'm going to get that grid add-on that we can change the grid size with a hotkey instead of doing it with this. And yeah, take it from there. But cool. A6,000. Yeah, we're about to finish up. Thanks again to all the new people, all the regulars, all that jazz. I'll see you online. Not, I will see you in next week's stream. So, peace.